right. So, so last month, Mr. Wilson said, "Hey, who has some good news?" And everyone raised their hands. Remember that? No one raised their hands. But he said, "Hey, when we come back together again, hopefully there's some good news to share." So, who would like to go first? Kevin Weinberg, yay!
Oh, so I thunder.
Yep, so I do have some good news to share, and I shared it on the Insider as well. Last month, my daughter got married. So my oldest daughter got married, and they are off now currently on their 2-month honeymoon. And next week, we're going to be meeting them in Greece to meet his friends and family in Greece. So we're very excited.
Very nice. Congratulations.
Hey, Vince, as a side note to that, Kevin was kind enough to invite me to his home for a barbecue to celebrate that, and I met his tortoise, and I want to set the record straight for everybody on the TV. His tortoise is the fastest tortoise on the planet. It was actually disconcerting. I almost ran from it because it started to run toward me. I've never seen a tortoise move like that. That thing was quick. Anyway, Speedy Gonzalez tortoise over here.
Awesome. Who's next?
Salt
We got one in
Lake.
Portland. Something good to say?
Salt Lake. Oh,
So we have
Salt Lake.
awesome drivers, and one of the drivers had noticed me coming out to the warehouse office asking Brian about a customer that needed some product as soon as possible, today if possible, on the day it happened. And one of the driver was in the warehouse office taking a break and said, "You know what, I am more than happy to take that out." And we got it out that afternoon, and the customer was very, very happy. So awesome sales, awesome drivers in Salt Lake City.
Don't you feel great that you could help somebody? You know, this is a company that helps people, okay?
love that. We were just talking about that. Who's next? Portland?
We got one in Portland, Vince.
Okay.
Go ahead, Jordan.
Hi, I'm Jordan. I just graduated college 2 weekends ago, officially. So that's my biggie.
Congratulations. Our interns are looking forward to that.
There's somebody there down in...
In San Diego, we have something to celebrate. We have 2 rookies graduating, and we're celebrating their success this Friday. That's Mikey Tom and Vincent French.
Wow, that's awesome. Love that news. And then Fresno had their hands up.
Yeah, this is Cindy in Fresno. My happy story is more on a personal note. My husband, a lot of you know, is in law enforcement, and recently he was he got a detective's position, and so that means he's off the streets, he's home in the evenings, he's home on weekends, and it took a lot of sacrifice and time and energy from when he's been doing law enforcement for 20 years. So it was a family sacrifice for the hours that he did. Missed a lot of holidays and birthdays and special events, and to celebrate that, we're taking our first out-of-country trip to Cancun in July. So that's a happy story.
You know, when you hear stories like that, that's what it's all about. And I just am thrilled to hear that, I want to tell you.
Thank you.
I love that. Anyone else?
Reno has 2.
Oh.
Yay, one more Fresno.
Yeah. So my happy story is my little one, my youngest. She just graduated kindergarten at the beginning of the month. She is my youngest, my 6-year-old, and she is my last baby. So that was a big deal for us because
Did I hear Sacramento? Reno has two, Jimmy's saying.
Yeah, too.
So, on a personal note, some of you are aware, but my son was going through some medical issues, and we had a very scary procedure done about 2 weeks ago, and it was a success, and we're on the road to recovery, so it's nice to be.
Well, to hear all of these stories, believe me, all of us ought to be pleased to know what we're talking about is every day's a gift, and we really just appreciate the fact that we can hear these good things coming out from everybody because we're a family and we want to know about it. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that. And did Reno have two?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead, Tracy.
Wow, my 1-year-old daughter, Isabel, started walking, so it kind of makes me happy, but also terrifies me at the same time. She just looks like a little chubby penguin. I like doing that. That would make her happy.
Your world just changed.
It's really good, isn't it?
I love
great.
that. I love that. What was the other
one? And then
one?
also, this is Nikki in Reno. My son is actually traveling up to Boise to play in a 4th of July baseball tournament with his high school, so I'll be traveling up to Boise to watch him play. So thank you, Jamie McCoy, for covering for me. I appreciate it.
You can stay at Tyler's house. Any others? I didn't want to skip anyone. Oh, North Carolina, Raleigh.
Yeah, we have two also, Mr. Wilson, just to bring you up to date on LuLaRoe. They're spinning up pretty quickly, and we've had an opportunity to provide great service to them, and so far, so good. So we're very excited about the opportunity.
Awesome.
And then
Great.
We've got a community service project with the North Carolina Food Bank next Friday that we've invited everybody at the division and other people to join us. Ernest getting out in the community.
Hey, Vince, could I add to that LuLaRoe comment that Howard made?
Sure.
Also, everybody, just so you know, Charles was kind enough to go visit that customer here in California, and had a wonderful visit with them. So much so that they allowed us to participate in an opportunity back east that Howard engaged in. And so Charles is earning his keep. I thought everybody might like to hear that.
$5.
Listen, I swept this morning. I've got my broom out there, and I'll take care of it. Don't worry. Thank you.
So did you ever think that when you and your brother came together that you would contribute to a food bank on the other side of the United States?
No, I thought I'd attend one.
That's just wonderful.
I think we're all so excited because all of us can do things for others as well as ourselves. It makes a big difference, really. So go ahead.
Thank you for sharing. It feels so good to sit here and hear all these stories. This is like a boost to your day.
It's really good.
This is wonderful. So this was on. You may have seen this on the Insider. There was the LA Business Journal, which is a publication here in LA that many people in the business community read. And it's this big, so I wanted to just share it as far as scale goes. And they decided to do an article on entrepreneurs, and they found one of the youngest entrepreneurs here in Los Angeles, and they went to find one of the oldest entrepreneurs. And so this is what the article looked like, the opening page, and Mr. Wilson was the oldest entrepreneur that they found at heart. and that's him. That's you right there. And you're famous.
I think it's infamous.
What's so interesting about this is I received a card from someone, and they photocopied this article and said how inspiring you are. And they wrote a handwritten note to me saying, "Wow, your chairman is so inspiring." They wrote some other very nice things. So you're out there. People are seeing you.
Yeah, I know it. I'm on the post office too. For other things.
We'll talk about that.
And what I loved is there are some of the questions that were asked were so many things that we've talked about here during Chat with Charles. And in fact, one of them you just mentioned right now, and one of the questions was, what is the best advice you ever got? And you said, every day is a gift, and do the best you can do to accomplish what you're setting forth to do. So many times you say that, that every day is a gift, and it really puts things in perspective, regardless of what's going on. I like these next two questions, where they asked you, one was, why not retire? And you said, I enjoy working. I love to help mentor our up-and-coming talent. The future is so bright. And then, does your family want you to retire? And you wrote no, because they know I enjoy what I'm doing.
They also don't want me at the house. I didn't want to put that in there. You can't put that in there. The truth will out. That's what Shakespeare said.
What were the other ones here? The secret to staying healthy and active. And we talked about these three: thinking positively, exercising, and eating properly. So many things that we've talked about here.
If I could only do that, I might live to a ripe old age.
And so as we were talking about some of these, being young, I don't miss. What do you miss most about being young? And you said, I don't miss much because I try to think the future is always so interesting, right? So there were some very nice questions that you and I were talking about, but then we started talking.
Go ahead. I said I'd let you.
I didn't give these answers, but then we started talking, and you started sharing with me how about the business, and so I wanted to ask you, how is Ernest doing right now?
Well, I think, and Mike will certainly bear me out, that we've been learning an awful lot about growth, how to do it, and we're preparing so much. We're really developing hard work, and Mike and Tim and the management group here has really been studying hard and doing things. And I think this year is showing that all of this work they've put in is really beginning to tell, isn't it, Mike?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a company-wide budget this year of about 8%, 7.5%, something like that. And we're basically finishing June, we're 6% over our budget. So it is proving out. It's the fastest growth rate that I've seen since I've been with the company 4 years. So to Charles's point, I think our strategy is working. We're being successful, and I know we're growing faster than anybody else in our industry. So we're doing a great job.
Yeah, well, I think it proves that a company that really has people who work together, like each other, and love to come to work pays off, because it's just everything we've been planning, right, Mike?
Yep, absolutely.
So we're very happy, and we know as long as we can have our people enjoy what they're doing, and listen, working isn't always easy, and we all know that, and we all have problems, every one of us, but somehow, if you can come to work and feel, well, it's not so bad. your problems seem to go away. So I can't tell you how thrilled I am personally, and all of us, the management, whatever it is, we're a bunch of soldiers, and we're all trying to do the best we can, and I think it's paying off.
Absolutely. The three things you mentioned, teamwork, people, and planning.
Well, it pays. And, you know, each one of you I want to thank, because without each one of you, it doesn't work. You have to work together. Each one of us have to feel that I'm just as important as the next person, and you are. And anybody who doesn't think that shouldn't be with this company. That's my statement. And I'll go back to my broom.
I think that's a great way to end.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much for coming, and I bored you enough today, so you may now go back to doing something you want to do.
And thank you for all the stories. That was wonderful.